Here is our current position in the solar system. The dates are at the top so you can see what the solar system looks like on any date. The blue line with arrows is the path that the magnetic celestial anomaly is traveling, represented by the blue orb. As you can see, it's currently between the Mars and Earth orbit paths, heading toward the Sun. It moves very slowly in relation to the rest of the objects in our solar system. It will swing around our Sun and then head back out of our solar system. This magnetic object is so powerful that it bends light, space, and time. Earth will be passing close enough to this object in mid-May to experience a dramatic increase in earthquakes, volcanic activity, and the heating up of Earth's molten core. Isolated spots on the Earth will experience incredibly high temperatures that are not conducive to life. This magnetic object has halted the rotation of other planets in our solar system as they have passed by it, and Earth will fall prey to the same effect. All these events are biblical judgments. The disturbance on Earth's rotation will cause a sloshing of the oceans, fulfilling the Bible prophecy that Jesus states in Luke 21:25 when he describes the roaring of the waves in the last days. 1,300 wealthy CEOs have already left their positions. Many of them have disappeared. Thousands of our troops have gone underground, along with many of the world's elite, using the virus as a reason. Earthquakes will be increasing next week, according to the latest Black Star update report on the Terrell Black Star channel. Terrell says that next month he expects to see magnitude 8 earthquakes and higher as we approach the magnetic celestial anomaly. In a minute, we will review several recent meteorites that exploded in our atmosphere just over the past week. These meteorites will greatly increase in frequency as Earth passes through the asteroid debris field shown in the animation. This will be occurring sometime between June and August of this summer. Since Earth is 75% ocean, many of these asteroids will fall into the oceans, once again fulfilling the prophecy of the roaring waves in the last days. The asteroid debris field is another judgment upon this world. The meteorites shown here are just this month, April 2020. Now, some of you may have seen this article last week regarding the meteorite over Florida. There were more reported over the Netherlands and Central Europe also, but I don't have images of those. This one was seen over Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas on April 9th. This one was captured falling over Iceland on April 12th. Mr. MBB333 featured this on his April 14th channel a few days ago. In the close-up, take a look at the bottom. It looks as if there are several pieces causing the trailing column of smoke. It's very odd looking. Mike from around the world says that we will start to see a trickle of these meteorites at first, and they will increase in frequency as we get closer to the debris field. These meteorites will cause millions of fires around the world, fulfilling the Bible prophecy of Revelation chapter 8 verse 7, where 1/3 of Earth's trees and grass are burnt up. This past Tuesday, April 14th, this fireball lit up the sky over Borneo. And then today, April 17th, this one was filmed over Cambridgeshire in the UK. The smoke trail, the article says, was visible for 20 minutes. And also today, this one exploded over Peru. This footage was taken from a security camera in Peru, according to this article. Please read Psalms 91 every day. It contains promises to God's faithful remnant of believers, promising that we are not targeted by these biblical plagues, judgments, and God's wrath. The New King James Version of Luke chapter 21, verse 36 reads, "Watch therefore, and pray always that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass." Jesus is referring to God's wrath. He is saying that those who are counted worthy will escape all of God's wrath, God's judgments. The Bible states over and over that faithful believers are not appointed to God's wrath, the judgments, or the plagues. The powers that be can scale down and in some cases completely remove the earthquake monitors around the world so that the public isn't aware of the incredible increase in frequency and magnitude of earthquakes currently shaking our planet. But they cannot remove or hide the 45 volcanoes that are currently erupting all at one time. Untold trillions have been spent to hide this inbound planetary system from the unknowing masses. The reason for all the deception is because the enemies of Christ do not want you to know how close to the end we are, nor do they want you to turn your life over to Jesus while you still have time. Here is Earth's current position in our solar system. The arrows at the top are pointing to the date. So as we go through the animation, you can tell exactly what date it is and how the solar system looks. This animation starts out on today's date. The very faint blue line with arrows is the path that a magnetic celestial anomaly is traveling. As you can see, it will swing around our sun and then head back out of our solar system. This magnetic anomaly, represented by the blue orb, is so powerful that it bends light, space, and time. Earth won't collide with this object, but we will be passing close enough in mid-May to experience a dramatic increase in earthquakes, volcanic activity, and the heating up of Earth's molten core. Isolated spots on the Earth will experience incredibly high temperatures that are not conducive to life. This magnetic object has halted the rotation of other planets in our solar system as they have passed by it, and Earth will fall prey to the same effect. This is one of two sources that will create violent roaring of waves, fulfilling a Bible prophecy that Jesus states in Luke 21:25, when he describes the roaring of the waves in the last days. These are all biblical judgments that are coming upon an earth full of sin and abominations. In a minute, we will review several recent meteorites that have either hit Earth or exploded very close by. But first, we will look at why there is an upswing in meteorites. If you look at the animation, you'll see that shortly after we pass by the powerful magnetic anomaly, Earth will pass through an asteroid debris field. Since Earth is 75% ocean, most of these asteroids will fall into the oceans, once again fulfilling the prophecy of the roaring waves in the last days. We will be passing through the asteroid debris field sometime between June and August of this year. The asteroid debris field is another judgment upon this world. We are starting to see an increase in the number of meteorites hitting the Earth and exploding close by. 8 weeks ago, a meteorite struck India, taking out a factory and killing a number of people. And then last month, on March 9th, a fireball exploded over Spain. Here's another article showing one over Wigan in the UK. The yellow circle marks the meteorite in the image. As you can see, it's pretty large. This one flew over Florida March 14th, but it didn't explode. In just a minute, we'll look at another one more recently that did explode over Florida. 3 weeks ago, on March 20th, a meteorite exploded over Pittsburgh and was captured on a security video camera. And as you can see here, even though the heavy cloud cover is there, it's still very easy to see the really bright flashing caused by the meteorite that exploded over Pittsburgh. 2 weeks ago, on March 28th, this meteorite passed over several states and was reported by many people. It was seen from Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts. Here's one that lit up the sky over Nepal. It almost looks in this image like it broke into several different pieces. And here's one from 12 days ago. On March 30th, an asteroid hit a town in Nigeria, destroying several buildings, killing people, and leaving a crater that looks to be about 150 feet in diameter. 10 days ago, this fireball exploded over Florida on April 1st. The color doesn't show up very well here, but hundreds of people reported this as being green. Another one lit up the sky over the Netherlands just a few days ago. This happened on April 6th. This daytime meteor fireball was reported by hundreds of people as it flew over Central Europe just a few days ago on April 7th. Mike from around the world said that we would see a trickle of these asteroids at first, and he said that they would just gradually continue to grow in frequency, and this will happen until most countries on Earth suffer significant damage from fires and poisonous gas caused by these falling asteroids. This too is another judgment. These judgments are God's wrath upon a wicked world. The good news is that the Bible states repeatedly that faithful followers are not appointed to God's wrath, his judgments. The New King James Version of Luke chapter 21 verse 36 reads, "Watch therefore and pray always that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass." Jesus is referring to God's wrath, judgments. He is saying that those who are counted worthy will escape all of God's wrath. The Bible states repeatedly that faithful believers are not appointed to God's wrath, his judgments. To be counted worthy, we must be living in holiness. Please read Psalm 91 every day for reassurance on how God protects his faithful remnant of believers from plagues, wrath, and judgments. These next few screens will tell you how to accept Christ into your life and escape the coming judgments. Simply pause the screens if you need more time to read the text.